So hello everyone, it's Michele Maher again here with Carol Ward today. Thank you so much, Carol, for giving me your time and being with us today to give us some advice on how to deal with the crisis that we're finding ourselves in right now. So just let us know a bit about you. Thanks,
Okay.
Carol.
Well, first of all, Michele, thank you so much. This is such a wonderful thing that you're doing, and I commend you for it. And this is great. It allows us to engage and to connect with each other. And I did something very similar on Monday with my friend City in Richmond Hill. So it is great. Thank you very much for inviting me. So I am Carol Ward. I studied to become a CPA. I was a controller for a software company for many, many years. I loved it. I was even acting CFO for 1 year, and that was a wonderful opportunity, actually. Then my kids came along, and I made that decision. I wanted to stay home and take care of my kids, and it was really joyous. We had a lot of fun. When they started school, I opened a part-time accounting business, very small, because I still wanted to be there for the girls. And when they started high school, I came out in 2017 as a full-time accountant, thinking, okay, I'm going to start up my new business, because I went from part-time to full-time. But what greeted me, and I got into it, I got a marketing coach. I was all set. I made wonderful contacts, had really good clients, but something wasn't right. I wasn't feeling enough that I would live in what I want to live, the happy life. Something felt missing. And I sat down and I hear people talking about NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, and it's all about the mindset. I was really intrigued. So I checked it out. I went to the NLP and the master NLP classes, loved it so much that I decided to move away from just being an accountant to being a money wellness coach. So I still deal with my clients in a different way, still numbers way, but now I deal with them with managing their money. So for instance, I will look at their statements for the end of the year. What are your assets? What are your debts? What sort of spending expenses do you have? Do you have a budget? And then we just, from that, we start to reduce debt or eliminate debt. We start to streamline expenses. And then at the same time as I'm doing that, I'm also working with them on the other side. What sort of money blocks do you have? What's holding you back from being where you thought you'll be today? So I work side by side with my clients on that, and I am just loving it. It has been exactly what I was looking for. So,
right, that's great. That is great. And you also are a FemCity collective leader, as I am for Etobicoke. You are for Richmond Hill, right?
Yes, I love it. We just had our Monday workshop. It was actually our March workshop. It was on Monday, and it was on Zoom.
We just did ours this morning, actually. Ours on Zoom. It was great. It was just really good to connect with everybody. Everybody's feeling the same way. Everybody felt the fear when everything first happened. But everybody realizes that you cannot stay there. You cannot stay in fear. You have to acknowledge it and let it go through you and get it away, out through you, and see this what's happening really as an opportunity to go inside yourself and look and think about how you were living your life, and was it how you wanted to be, and were you being the person you wanted to be, and so on and so forth. So that's my feeling on it.
With you, it's you have to accept it. Surrender, accept it. It is happening.
Surrender is a word that I've heard quite a bit, and that's what we don't like to do, right? Everybody likes to have control, and the fear really came out of the loss of control.
Exactly. We kind of moved away from our safety. That all this, we were in a safety net. We wake up, went to work, we, came back home. We had our family. That was our safety net. And as soon as that routine and that safety was removed from us, the uncertainty came in and the fear came in and the panic came in. Hence all the crazy shopping with the toilet paper and the paper towels and the excess groceries that some people might be having now. In fact, did you know that Costco sent out a notice saying, unfortunately, they will not be accepting any returns for toilet papers, wipes, paper towels, rice, because some people bought excess to go and sell and weren't able to sell. So now they want to return it, and Costco's saying, no, we are not accepting those items back from you.
I saw that. I actually saw the same notice at the grocery store at Loblaws saying no returns whatsoever. No return. And I actually had just gone to Loblaws around lunch today, quickly, and nothing. There's no toilet paper and no paper towel. That entire aisle is empty. Wow. Nothing, which I couldn't believe.
Early in the morning. Because my sister went and she got some, but early, as soon as the store open, you just have to be there waiting.
I think it's a matter of when they get their shipments. But what I found with that posting, that first day on social media, everybody posting the long lines for the grocery store and the empty shelves and things like that. It's like fear is contagious. And then that just made more fear and more fear and more fear. And I actually even got sucked into it myself, going to Costco on the Friday, the 13th. And that was just crazy. It was nuts there, absolutely crazy there. But so I felt that fear for the Thursday and Friday. And then after that, I said, that's it. I can't do this anymore. I can't be in that spot. Like, it's just going to be, it's terrible. There's nothing you can do about, like, worrying about the future is not going to serve you at all.
It just freezes you, right? And you just feel stuck. And that's exactly why you feel stuck, because you don't know which way to maneuver now, because you're frozen.
Right.
So at our Fun City on Monday, a few of the ladies, what they did, they expressed how coronavirus is affecting them, how they feel personally. How is it affecting them? How is it affecting them business-wise, and what measures are taken in place to move on. And one of the comments that came out of all of this was, how are you being now? What are you doing now? What are you taking now? And how are you going to be after all this is done? And I thought those really powerful questions, like, how do you want to present yourself when all of this is done? Do you want to stay huddled in a corner, or do you want to get out and say, okay, I can't control what's happening with coronavirus, but I can certainly control how I react to it. And so thank you once again for having this video and inviting me, so that this is something that we're doing. We're connecting, we're engaging with each other and sharing our ideas. And that whole philosophy, when I hear you're scared, I feel, okay, you're expressing, you're vulnerable. It's okay for me to express it too. And then it's not so big. It's not a thing that's stuck in our heads anymore. It's out on the table and we're aware of it and we're looking at it. So I think for a lot of people, having a connection, talking about it, preparing for it. Yes, I did prepare for it. I went DIQ and bought the excess food and everything else and have it downstairs.
So that's the thing. You're a mother, right? You're a mother and you have a family. You have 2 kids. I have 2 kids. There's 4 of us here. Like, who's in the house, and you've got to, you that's what we do as mothers. We take care of our families. And so that you have to,
you have to prepare, you have to spend, but all that is how you're reacting to it. And another good comment that came out, how we're acting, the parents, our kids are watching us and they're going to model us, right? So if we show fear, guess what? They'll be taking on fear. If we show them, hey, this has happened, we didn't ask for this is uncertain, but yet in all of that, this is how we are prepared to act now. And I think just admitting it, being aware of it, and then moving on. Because if you stay stuck in fear, you will be stuck. But I got to tell you, in all of this, right, we always try to look for the positives.
Oh, yes.
I can tell you, I am saving money right now because I can't go out, right? And forget the Tim Hortons. And you're a family of 4. You said your daughters go to Starbucks. I shudder to think every single day at Starbucks, mine went to Tim Hortons. 4 of us, every day. You get a drink, you get a little snack. The 4 of us, you're looking at $15, $16 every single day. If you add that up, that's over $100 a week you're spending for a snack. So this is what this has brought for me, myself, is it was a wake-up call. Because when I start to track, and I say to my clients, track how much you're spending, right? Meanwhile, this last year, I got caught up in everything I was doing became a pattern. Oh yeah, Tim Hortons from a couple of days came to every day. And then it became a pattern, right? And then when I started to track how much I was spending on Tim Hortons, and sometimes my other daughter goes to Starbucks, it was horrendous. It was like, why are we spending so much money at these places? And then you go to eat out, you go for dinners, you go for lunches, right? It all adds up. So wake up call is right now, we're seeing what we're doing. We're spending all this money that we probably should not be spending, right? Like, where the hit on this money? Do we have it, first of all, to spend, or is it going on our credit cards? And if it's going on our credit cards, are we incurring really high interest to live this lifestyle, right? So this is something for me, it's a wake-up call. And I said, you know what? I sat down and I spoke to the girls, and because we're in this all together. And I can't shield them from this because that will be a mistake. This is a learning for them as well. So I sat them down and I go, girls, this is the situation. This is how much we're spending on a weekly, monthly basis. And we really need to pull back from that. So, we put it across what suggestions they have, what suggestions we have, and we're all going to work with them, work with it together. How about you?
Yeah. So this is also making you look and see, because we can't go anywhere. To go to the grocery store is not go to the grocery store is not an easy, like before, sometimes you just think, oh, I'm going to go to the grocery store, just run in and get one thing. Now it's not the same, because it's a whole ordeal to go to the grocery store. So you want to go and you want to get everything, and that's it. So we're being forced to just think about, what do we really need? What is important? Not the extras. Like if you forgot some special spice or something that you don't have, and you're not going to run out to the grocery store to go get it. Now you have to make do with what you have in terms of the groceries, and you can't be going out just stopping into Tim Hortons and Starbucks the same way either.
On that same line, what I found was, like, when I made dinner, we had excess food. I put it in the fridge. The girls don't want to eat the same food the next day. So I said, okay, next day. And before you know it, we're dumping it. So I said, no. When I went shopping, I bought food, and I said, you know what? This food is going to do us for the next few weeks. And we're going to have to stop wasting food.
Exactly. That's what it is also going to do, is you don't, there's no thrown out food, because you don't know if you're going to be able to get any more. Just like I saw some stuff on the, some of those memes online about the toilet paper, and saw somebody mentioning how they would spin the roll, hit it and spin the roll. And now it's like, pull each sheet, because you don't want to use any extra. Because you don't know if you're going to be able to get any more. Just like paper towels too. Paper towels as well. Do we really need to be using so many paper towels? No. We should just be reuse cloth and washing it, of course.
Yeah, and I just every day just put it in the washing machine, just recycle and wash.
So it's
So
really
another
getting
thing,
us to look at our habits of how we're living our lives, and is it
looking at
really
our spending
necessary?
habits can really save us a lot of money, really, really.
Yes.
But one thing we have to be aware of now that the malls are closed, I am getting all the online sales. Nike
Yeah.
sales, Adidas sale, Aritzia sale. I go one today from Laura, buy two, get a third free. I'm going, no, I can't. And I'm deleting those emails, right?
Right.
So, I mean,
Right.
they're still going to come at you from a different angle. We just got to be really strong and say, for me, my intention right now, because I will hope this will be done fairly soon, but I'm not sure. We don't know for sure how long it will
We
take.
don't know. And we don't know, and I don't want it to be done too soon either, that we would end up with a second round. Right?
Exactly. So, and that being the case, my intention now is to focus my resources on where it need to be, and that is on shelter and food. And that's where I am focusing my resources. So all this extra spending, which was nice because I am a sales girl and I could be pulled in with a sale. I see 50% off, 60% off. Oh, now it's my time to shop. But you go buy one and you go, oh, this other one looks so really nice. I must get it too. And before you know it, you spend more than you intended to spend.
Right.
And you said, okay, well, I got 2 for it, or I got 3 for it. So you sort of justify it, but at the end of the day, did I go over my budget? Right? So yes. So I think now more than any other time, because we're business owners and we know there's never a steady stream of income that comes in. Our income goes up and down, up and down. There's never 2 months that would be the same because we don't have a steady stream of income. Income comes in, it's estimated what we would like for this month, but we don't know if we will get it. We may get over or under. So it's never a steady stream. And now we don't even know where that income is going to come from. Right? So we really need to sit down at this point, face this and be really realistic when you're doing your budget at this time. Just list the income for what it is, whatever you expect it to be. And when you're going through the expenses, streamline as much as you can. Like my husband David said today, you know what? He went in his Rogers bill and he was able to cut some of the services. The girls are older now. They don't need all the the programs we had in place. And all these years, it just, we'll look at it tomorrow, never did. And kept on going after this happened. Right. We really got to buckle up and streamline our expenses. So go through your expenses and cut. So for us, a lot of things go on a credit card or the debit card, right? A lot of our bills are paid that way. So we sat down, went through the credit card. What can we get rid of? So what subscriptions do we have? Do we need that subscription right now? Thankfully, before all this happened, I did put my membership at the gym on hold. So that's on hold for now. But I'm sure with the gyms being closed, they probably have frozen it anyway, because I don't think they can transfer a service they're not delivering. So a lot of things, like just go through and see, like even Audible. If you're on Audible, can you reread some of your stuff that you have and just put it on hold for now? Because with Audible, you can come back and forth. So the smallest expenses, it's the small ones that adds up. And you just go,
yeah, no, that's true.
Right? Let's leave that one. Let's leave that one. Before you know it, you're at $100, you're at $200. Can you use that money elsewhere? Can you put it away and say, I've got some store away because I need my emergency fund. I've got that store away in case something happened and I don't get my income as I'm expecting. So those are just some of the ways I would suggest if you're looking to tighten up your budget. Those are some of the ways to do it. Now, with the revenue, as you and I were talking earlier, be creative. So right now, if, like you said, you can't get into the salon or you can do the massage. What are different ways you can still provide an education and possibly still get some revenue coming in, right? So just be creative. And For me now, I was looking at a webinar yesterday. Jennifer Beal invited me to watch this webinar. I forgot. Billy Bishop, I think was his name, the guy.
Oh, okay, I think so.
The
Yeah.
webinar, and he had some really good pointers on there, because now we've been exposed to this, even though it's short term. We will not. I'm sure we can't go back to what we used to be. When we're finished with coronavirus, we're going to be different.
Right.
We know now what it's like, that we can connect virtually. People are there, and we are resilient. Humans are resilient. We're persistent. We're resilient. Look at us. We found a way to connect. And I mean, we've never even had coffee before on Zoom, and here we are in Corona crisis. We found a way to connect and engage with each other. Right? So going forward, I am pretty sure some businesses will definitely change. The mentality of business will change going forward. And so what he was trying to advise us is maybe get a program, something online, be virtual, because virtual is the way to go. But a lot of good advice he had on there was affiliate fees. Now, I know Violet does that with Fem City. If you become a member, you will get an affiliate fee. He even brought that on to a broader way. He said that, say for instance, now with Jennifer, I'm just going to compare it. So I bring someone to Jennifer and I say, Jennifer, here is my whole networking. Can you do a webinar for my networking people? And anyone in my networking people that respond that they want to get your program, I will then get an affiliate fee.
Right.
So you see how now that has increased that whole scope rather than just one or two people. Now it's my network. You can bring it to my network, and definitely anyone that buys in my network, I will get an affiliate fee. So that was some of his suggestions. At least that was my understanding of it. I hope that was right.
No, I think it is. I think it is, because I know Jennifer has, I've spoken to Jennifer about that before. That kind of idea. Yeah.
And I mean, it's little things, how to be creative, right? How to start that creativity and just put these things in place going forward, and it will only grow.
Right. And now is a great time to put those things in place, because you don't have, you have the time, because you're not going to events, you're not having that travel time. And you're not seeing clients in person. So spend some time trying to figure out how to put in place online, and educate yourself too, right? If you don't know how to do editing videos or something, or you don't know how to do this affiliate marketing and everything online, educate yourself. There's all kinds of resources. There's so much online, and so many people are offering free services. And webinars and things like that. So you can spend the time. It just takes time, which we now have the time to work on our business, as opposed to working right in your business. So,
it's true.
So do the background work, so that when we do get out of this whole crisis, you're ready to go. That's
where you want to be when all this is finished, right? So
and this is the time for those people like that are hair stylists, massage therapists, nail salon owners, things like that, who have had to close their brick and mortar stores and can't serve right now. Like they cannot, because it's all physical. You have to be in person, but they can do educating. They can do videos and educate. And that way stay top of the mind for when we do get out of this. And finally, because when we do get out of it, everybody's going to be running to the hair salon.
I can tell you, me too. Thankfully, I said, I'm not going anywhere, so there's no rush to get it done. But you're right. When it's time,
there's going to be a lot of demand for some Yeah, some care like that. Massages, spa, hair,
You
nail
know
spa.
what? That's a good point you brought up, because then people will have a need for it and there's going to be a demand. So they better get themselves organized as well, knowing that when it's time, they're going to be really busy, and just put the right resources in place.
Right. And the other thing is that they can do too is if they put in some place, some sort of, system to sell gift certificates now.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, because we know
Then
we're going to
they'd
go
have
through our
they'd
year.
have some revenues coming in, because you're going to have to go back. Like I
Yes.
say, I'm a bit concerned because, I have 4 colors in my hair and my and I
That's
can't replicate that at home.
yeah.
So, unfortunately, yeah, the
No,
roots do grow, but
but
yeah. So
Michelle, I just want to share with you, for some of these small business owners that non-essential services and they had to close their doors,
yes,
the government is providing some help for them. So they have
right,
got the Canada Emergency Response Benefit curve, right? And
yeah,
so I called Revenue Canada today because I wanted to share some information with you today.
okay, yes,
And I spoke to the lady there. She said nothing is coming out until first week in April. So early April, we'll get more information. Everything has to pass. And once it's passed, the legislation is passed, then we'll get some direction on how to, where to go to find the forms, to fill the forms out. So, help is, they will get some help. Now, I
oh
was
yes,
watching
yes,
yesterday, there was a show, and this one lady she is a hairdresser. And she said she's a very small hairdresser. She didn't have any employees, was just herself, but she does have overhead rent and so forth. And the money that's coming in 2000, it would just be enough to keep her home, because her husband is also a business owner who was deemed non-essential. So who's
right,
so that money will have, and his money, I guess, will have to cover the home expenses. And she's not sure she'll have enough to pay the rent for the business, right? So
yeah, right. And that's going to be the case for a lot with respect to the rent, and that's something that they haven't, the government hasn't spoken about on a, that might be more of a, I don't, that might become more of a municipal issue
yes,
at
I
the city
agree.
level, but
Yeah.
I
I know
know a
they
lot
were
of people
talking
are
about
crying.
Duran Duran, but I haven't, I
Yes.
know he was talking about it. I'm not sure if he actually went ahead. Now, with homeowners, and if homeowners have a mortgage for the residential or rental properties, landlords could also defer, and homeowners can defer their mortgage for 6 months.
Right. Yes.
So every institution does it a little bit differently. So go to your institution and see how they're doing it. And if it's something you feel you need to put in place, I am conservative. I will always say, put it in place, have it there. You don't know what will happen. So if you feel you need to defer, speak to your bank finance person. But I will just caution you to find out, is this what you really want to do? Do you want to defer your mortgage? Because, sometimes you're paying interest on top of interest, which could be a little bit more.
Right. And that's what it is going to be.
Right. And
Yeah.
also maybe check and see if there are different options. Could you possibly get away with maybe skipping a couple of payments, or can you lower your monthly? What else can you do? What options do you have currently with your mortgage? Find out
Right.
everything, right? And then once you know, you could then wait and say, well, it's not enough over here. I think I still need to defer the mortgage for 6 months. But at least you know
Right.
the full picture, right?
Yeah. Yes. And I believe also the credit card companies were saying that there would be that like to call them if you have issues, and that they would work with you.
Yes, so I did mention to one of my clients, and she
Hmm.
called them yesterday, and they did. They worked with her,
Oh,
and
they
her
do. Okay.
interest was cut almost in half.
Okay.
So
Yes.
yes, that's a great point, Michelle. Let
Just
everybody
because
know
that's huge interest. That's not,
that's
the
huge
mortgage is
interest.
down there at 3% or whatever,
Yes,
but the
you're
credit
looking
card's
at maybe
20
like
and
25%, right? And you're
25.
paying
Yeah,
half of that. That's a big deal, right?
that's a huge difference. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
So
yeah, so I advised one of my clients, I said, this is the time. the banks will work with you because they don't want to see you go bankrupt. They don't want to see anybody go bankrupt because that's a big loss, right?
No,
So
and they don't, and the banks don't want to, they don't want to seize your property. They don't want to
exactly.
foreclose your home. They don't want to do any of that stuff. They'd rather work with you always. Yes.
Always. And so now is the time, and more so than any time, they realize the income is not coming in. So they're willing to work with you. And so I advise actually a few of my clients to go, but one I know for sure did. And it was Laura, and I was happy. But I could see them wanting to work with the clients.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
really.
And I believe also BDC is doing a lot of stuff for small businesses as well.
Yeah,
in terms of loans, if you need a
right.
loan and things like that.
I think the security questions are not as stringent. They're a little bit more lax and more given.
Well, because they're geared for small business and promoting small business and things like that. But there is help out there. We just don't know what. I mean, the most important thing right now is that everybody does stay in their home and does practice the social distancing that they're talking about, 6.5 feet, washing your hands all the time. Just still, though, it's very important that you get outside and get some fresh air.
Oh, yes, definitely. David and I, we've been walking outside. And in fact, yesterday we went for a walk. I said, David, we got to go on a walk. It's lovely. So we're walking around, checking out the area. There's always new homes. There's something popping up, Then I look at my clock, and it was at 2:25. And I said, I have a Fem City Zoom at 2:30. Well, I was jogging. Normally, I don't even jog. I just walk really fast. But I was just jogging to get home because I wanted to be on time for my 2:30 with Violet. And so I came back and I said, Violet, I'm sorry, my hair is all over. I just jogged home. But it was great to get out. And in fact, I forgot how much I enjoy walking. I love walking, but then winter comes and I don't get out as much. I'm not a winter person. I stay indoors. I hop from the house to the car. I don't really get out.
Yeah, me too. I'm not a fan of winter either. I love the summer, but winter not so much. And I found before just always rush. You're always rushing from one place to the next and doing so many things on the go, so many things in your mind. Your to-do list is gets bigger all the time. And now we have been forced to slow down. And so a lot of people are finally enjoying nature, and you can actually hear the birds and notice the animals and, look up at the sky and things like that. So
it is beautiful. I gotta say, in that sense, because I feel more calm now. Actually, I'm doing more around the house. I feel calm, and I'm walking, I'm jogging, but I have a sense of calm about me now. And it's just realizing that I just didn't let go and let this whole crisis overtake me.
Right.
Yes, I was a little overwhelmed at first, but what I did to control all that, I planned, I went, I shopped, do what I had to do to prepare myself. That gave me my control that I needed. But now that I'm here, I am just doing what's best, and it's staying at home. And knowing that I'm staying at home and I'm doing what I need to do, I feel at peace with myself. And I feel so calm. Like, I don't have to, like you said, I'm not rushing out. I'm not guilty if I'm not out there being part of that rat race. I really feel a sense of calm and just being. And knowing that this exists again, I had to be reminded of it. I intend to keep it. Now I'm aware of it. I'm not going to forget about it again. I'm aware of it. So I'm going to bring that when coronavirus is done, I'm going to be bringing this sense of calmness and the sense of being with me into the future.
Right. And that's great. That's exactly what we need to do. That's what we all need to do, because it is nice to see that everybody is really coming together as a community. There's so many people offering their help online, so many communities, so many of these webinars, Zooms, everything being done. It just shows that everybody is coming together as a community. I think the main thing is you want to stay informed, but do not sit there on the news or get sucked into some of the social media, black hole of
No,
negativity.
I'm aware of what's going on. I just want to be aware of it so I can prepare, because awareness is everything for me.
Right.
Once I know
yes.
it, I'm not fearful of it, but I'm not going to spend every minute going over and over. No. This is where I am aware of it. I call my sister, we chat about it for a little bit, and then boom, we move on to other things. But yeah. Really can't do an overdose, because you will
well, no, it's it's not going to serve you anything. You can only you have to focus on what you can control.
Yes.
And you have to focus on your response to all of this. And we have an opportunity now to look at, like we say, the habits you have and things like that, and also how to be creative in your business.
Exactly. Yeah.
And also, if not even your business, is there anything that you wanted to spend more time doing? Maybe you have a bunch of books you haven't been able to read because you never had time.
Right.
Maybe you want to take a bath, have a bubble bath with a glass of wine, where you never would do that because you'd always feel like there's not enough time.
It's always that guilt, right?
Yeah. Always the guilt that you're spending time in that manner. But now it's very important, like the self-care, right?
It is self-care, right?
Yes.
So this is our month anyway to show ourselves. Last month was self-love. This month is self-care. And we just got to remember that to look out for us as well, right? So we need to drink a lot of liquids. I've been drinking so much water. I fell in love with water again, and I'm eating a lot better now, nutrition wise. I going for my walks, and that's exactly why I have the excess energy, because I'm healthier. I'm eating healthier, and I have the nice, good energy. So I'm sending that energy out there, and because we all got to pray, we all got to send positive energy out there to connect with each other and overcome this coronavirus.
Right. Totally. That's totally true. I agree with that 100%. That's how we're going to get out of it, with the vibration of love and positive energy.
Yes. Yeah. Definitely.
Yes.
Great.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Carol, for coming on here with me and for all your great advice. And
well, thank you so much, Michele. This has been wonderful, and I love that you've given me a platform to share some ways of savings. It might be just a few little ways, but it's just
But like you say, the little things always add up.
Exactly.
And you never consider. I mean, I've seen all kinds of stuff where they show a cup of coffee a day translates to that much, but you never really think about it until now when you're having your coffee at home.
Exactly.
And because you're not really able to go out. Well, I mean, you're able to go out, but you're not going to be doing that the same way. So so
well, thank you.
All right. Well, thank you.
Much. I love being on here with you, and it was great to have a lovely conversation with you too. A lovely chat. So thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much, Carol, and to everybody out there. Bye for now. We'll see you next time.
Bye.